Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on in. It is a beautiful Saturday night, and my name is Ice Cold Brew. I am going to be your commentator and broadcaster for this rivalry series. This is the third week of Rivalry Teal 3 action going on for the US East 3v3 squad, and honestly, they're pretty similar story all across the board. Tonight we have HW Dephase up against Simplify Blue. Shout out to Lepid, by the way, who is the one who reached out to me to cast for this game. And honestly, both teams a very similar story. I mean, Simplify Blue took the loss to New Balance Data Association Onyx in the first week in a 2-3, and HW Dephase found their first victory in that first week. And then the roles reverse. I am being told by Blue to give them a minute, and a minute they shall have. They have about 10 minutes, if I remember correctly, in the rule book. But overall, I mean, just looking at the stat line, Dephase beating out Storm Syndicate 1-3 in their very first week, and then tragedy will strike where it will be a reverse situation for both, where, well, maybe not for Simplify Blue, they'll find victory against their own organization, taking out Esports Black from Simplify as well in a 3-2 victory. In fact, can I even look at where... Nope, that's not going to tell me how that victory came about. But on the other side, the folks over at, excuse me, HW Dephase lost 2-3 against Limitless Temptations. It's going to be a very close matchup. Hello, Sky. Welcome on in. Peachy, welcome on in as well. Vanilla, Clay, #1 fan. Clay playing tonight? I know they're taking an extra minute here, and they're all getting on board right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get ready for this first matchup. It is going to be a best of 5. This is Tier 3. These are going to be some incredible matchups, as this is actually pretty high level. It's going to be 1500 to 1649. I believe C3, GC1, just about. I'm going to check in with all my players here. Make sure they're all good to go, and all right, just got the 1 sec from one person, so we're gonna give them a minute to do so, and I'm going to make sure all my equipment is up and running. There we go. For some reason my overlay was not working. I had to get that. Let's get it on. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So this is going to be 3v3. They currently, over at Rivalry, have 5 different circuits going on right now between the Sub-Saharan and the European, and then, of course, US East as well, which is technically all of the US. And so with that in mind, they have 2s and 3s going on. This is their first season coming to life after being brought back together. But, ooh, excuse me, sorry, I had enchiladas and came back to attack me on that one, just like that. Roundabout attack from Zenith, who was trying to keep control of the ball in the corner. Drunk Cookies, bringing this league back together from Los Champs days with the help of folks like Moldy Banana and the incredible talents over. Oh, great shot from Zenith, able to drop the ball down off high. Brings it up high, finds a good angle. Zenith with a final touch off of Shy is Eepy, with a very slight touch in that case and scenario. Going back to Rivalry itself, it is the help of Cynical, who is taking care of graphics, helps make sure the site is all nice and pretty for this team in order to keep everyone on the same page, and it's very well designed, by the way. Should I say that? I'm not being sponsored to say that. In the meantime, Shy is EB with a banger of a shot from the half-court line. It's going to take the goal to take it 2-0 for the folks in blue over at Dephase, and making Simplify Blue a little bit baba-dee, babu-die. That joke may not land. Just under a minute so far between these two squads, and so far it feels like Dephase has phased into existence. Going for a double tap. Lepid is feeling strong and powerful. Won't be able to follow through on that one. It's going to be a great deflection from the folks on Simplify Blue, which I'm now realizing maybe I should have made blue for the sake of simplicity. Does not matter. Tommy goes up to strike. Glade OG with the block. Clay Kami, the god of clay, is going to find his way on his path, trying to keep that ball down. Will lose control. It's going to be Tommy playing the corner, looking for a pop-up. Challenged by Lepid. Lepid kills the ball. A little bit of bumper carts as he drives away. They're finding their way on the raceway, though. Zenith off to the side. Pop up high once again. Shy will not feel any fear in their hearts as they rise up to the occasion. Gets denied, though. I do like the look of that flip reset. Glade done a great job trying to deflect and deny. Zenith with that backfield demo on Clay. Was a god to a non-believer. As Zenith takes him out, it's going to be Glade coming in to help out. They try to dunk this ball down low, but that final touch from Lepid will push it outside. Shy. Oh, dunks it right to Clay, but it's going to get a follow-up touch from Shy. Able to deflect, bounces it down. Lepid on the attack now. Takes it out to the corner. Sends it up to Tommy. Lepid, close angle. Clay is going to deny. Brings the ball up high. Clay onto the backboard. Bit too much force, bit too much power. Tommy takes another shot. He's banging the drum, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to be Glade OG dropping down at the corner. No one around, but no boost in the tank. Clay comes to help out. Shy and Zenith and Lepid all up high. That's going to be the first goal off of Tommy. Able to take that goal for himself. Slides it down and in. Keeps this one under control. A beautiful bounce gets around the defense with so much pressure on that back line. That is going to give them the 1 goal difference now. And Valana, just so you know, the reason why they're on orange is because they're on the right side of the Discord chat. I probably should have put them on the left, but I always did that just to keep it simple for myself. Lepid. Banks the ball away. It rolls up the side of the wall onto the ceiling. Goes chasing after it, but sadly, he clears the goal line. Goes a bit too far. Tommy playing back net, literally. Scoops out, sends it to Clay. Clay to Tommy. Tommy, no boost. Clay ended up stealing it away. Drops the ball down low. And it's a low 50 from Clay to score. Great positioning. Shy. Awkward spot. And doesn't have Lepid's help because Lepid a little bit too overzealous as he goes up against a god and gets knocked away. I really hope Clay's name is a reference to Kami from Dragon Ball because that's what I got on my brain right now. Glade bangs the ball to the left side of the pitch. Sends it up high. Over to Lepid. Lepid looking for Zenith. Zenith drops it down center. Tommy with the feedback. Rattles towards Shy. Up high onto the backboard. It's a tie game. 85 seconds left to go. Clay with the carry. Was looking for a connection. Instead goes for a follow-up pop. It's going to be Tommy who, just like the Tommy gun itself, is a little bit off target. Just goes wide. Glade racing after. Tries to just get a chip. And sadly will come up with no dip. It's going to be Glade OG off the side of the wall. Into the corner. Denied by Shy. Zenith leaves it on the back line. Clay over to the wall. It's going to be Tommy once again. Zenith under control. Flick to Glade. Glade to Lepid. Lepid off targets, far left side. Tommy's going to pick this one up. He might be looking to go long distance. Can he collect the call? No, denied by his service. Didn't pay the bill. 30 seconds left to go. Clay Kami. Up high. Ball on target. Can he get it? No! Denied as it goes inside. Shy is Eepy is going to find their second goal here. Glade tries to flick it out and in, but that flip forward pushes that ball inside even deeper. Welcome, Hazel. You are just in time. We're wrapping up game 1 here. It's been a tight matchup, but it looks like HW Dephase are going to try to close it out here. Missed call between Clay and Tommy. Won't be able to follow through. Tommy, last one, scrambling back, carries the ball. Good kill. Takes it off to the wall. Goes for a flick, gets around 1. Can he get around 2? No, denied. Kami up high, over to Zenith. Glade wants to keep the ball alive. Clay's going to put it towards the sidewall. Glade to Tommy. Can't find the connection. That is going to be the end of game 1. After a tight comeback from Simplify Blue, it is instead going to end and Dephase taking game 1. I mean, just look at those wonderful stats in the meantime. Folks, pardon me as I go silent because I just remembered something. Because I've been streaming more regularly. I need to go turn off ads. Because there's only one ad that you should be getting, and that is, of course, ! Raw Paw. That's right, folks. You can actually pick up a Be Not Afraid Cute Angel shirt from Hilarity Art. Where is my advertisement button? Folks, I am so sorry. Give me a minute as I try to remember how to do this. Monetization. There we go. We're turning off ads. I do not have merch, Valiana. My wife does. You can check that out over at ! Raw Paw, where a... Whoops. I can't even type that up. Where my wife actually has a shirt and a t-shirt competition for Heaven versus Hell, where, of course, she is an angel, so she is going for Heaven. Why is this... It went to a weird map, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to... As the saying goes, fuck it, we ball. But if you do want to pick up more merchandise, you can check out ! Hilarity for some incredible pins and shirts, not shirts, I apologize, pins, stickers, koozies, desktop mats, mouse pads, whatever you need. Hilarity Art has got what you need. F it, we ball indeed. Glade, looking for a first goal, not going to be able to make it through here. Instead, that ball's going to rattle up high. Instead, it's going to be Tommy. Looking for a repositioning. Glade won't be able to find a moment. First goal does not go through for either side right now. It's been a very different game. Defense on the side of Simplify Blue has turned up just a bit more. Tommy gets denied. It's going to be Glade firing. Shy to Zenith. Zenith redirects towards the net. Clay denies. Zenith with another touch into the corner, but it's not going to be enough. Tommy, ooh, went for the musty but couldn't connect. Lost all the momentum, lost the touch, and instead it's going to be Shy with the 50 against Clay. Clay, another 50 on a goose egg, still wins out. Tommy fires to the net, rattles around the rim, and it's going to go inside. All that served from Clay's initial 2 touches. Great challenges from him. On 0 boost, folks. That's what you need in order to close out here. Now, just a minute 15 has gone by. It's Simplify Blue taking the first goal this time. Currently 1-1 on who takes first goal. Now to see if that will end up with them winning, or if it will end up with a blowout at the end. Manifesting a win indeed. Valiana hoping for the best as Tommy finds Clay. Clay can't find the net, just a bit outside. But Tommy's going to help zero in those sides. Glade! Ooh, feeling a little diamond in the rough on that one. I think it's nice that you're Clay's good luck charm. I think Glade needed that too. And Clay's going to have the perfect good luck charm as soon as I compliment you, Valiana. Glade finds a beautiful pass to Clay. And what a chip shot just past Lepid, just behind the rear view as it goes in. 2-goal lead in favor of Simplify Blue. You know, I just realized Shy is driving the SpongeBob car. I didn't even realize that was a vehicle you could get in the game. Lepid, upfield to Shy. Shy off to the left wing. It's going to go to Zenith. Zenith's going to look at Lepid. Tries to drop the ball down. Shy comes in to help out, but that pressure may not work out for them. It's forcing Zenith into an awkward position. Lepid off the backboard. Good 50 from Shy. Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can get you eyes on that real quick. As Tommy's going to get the deflection here. It's going to go over to Shy. All right. There it is. You tell me that's not the SpongeBob car from SpongeBob. Yeah, it's a Krabby Patty. Shy goes up, rises up against competition, is looking for the pickles, will be denied. There are no pickles in that play. Glade goes for the 50. Lepid takes it off away. Wait a second. A roll one in the corner. Glade's going to take the shot. A surprise 2v2 is Shy is trying to defend the back of the net. Clay is going to find a prime position And we're going to make our way downtown. Zenith over at a Rule 1. With Tommy as well. What a beautiful moment of bromance. Game on the line does not matter. You respect the rules. And it paid off for the folks on Simplify Blue. Tommy rising up as I fix my overlay. Leopard can't find a connection off the pass. It's going to be another corner play. 3-goal lead right now in favor of Simplify Blue. Very different game as Glade gets a final touch. And Leopard can't get enough momentum. Forces that ball back and out. And that ball is going to go straight into the net. 4-goal difference now for the squad. You are not spamming at all, Valiana. As long as you're not saying the same thing over and over again, you are all good. Simplify Blue is keeping it simple with the plays, and it is nice and effective. Shy is EP getting a little fancy with that flick. Won't be enough. It's going to be Zenith. Rises up. He's taking flight. He's looking for clearance. Will be denied by the gate. Trying to find a return to Cinder button. It's going to be Shy putting it in the corner. Leopard tries to help out with that ball. It's so fast, so furious. Zenith. Nice pickup. Takes it off and away. Tommy with a little bit of alacrity, able to clear. Keeps it in the corner. Doesn't get a good, clean touch. Instead, it's a pass over to Clay. Clay looking for a bump back to Tommy. Tommy back to Clay. Clay, top shelf. It's going in. 0-5 now. I believe that is Clay's second goal now. Have to double check on that. But it's a nice setup, a good feed, a 1-2, 1-2 the entire time, all the way down. Ball rising up against the competition. Shy as EP. Onto the backboard. Can't find it. This is the longest drought we've seen from HW Dephase. It's going to force it into a game 1 situation at the end of the day. It's less than a minute to go. And 3v3, once you get past 3 goals, you just have to play solid defense. And that allows you to just maintain control of the game. On the other side, Dephase, they need to clean up their act on the offensive end, and they need to stay a bit more locked in as well. If they can find the final goal here, that'll at least get them momentum for the next game. But right now, they're trying to prevent any more damage coming from Simplify Blue. Tommy up on the ceiling, drops the ball down. It's going to be Leopard at a 1v1, now 1v2. Unfortunate spawn, but great choice to spawn. But that's going to be Zenith off the woodwork. Shy tries to follow up, but Tommy's just a bit too big and bulky. Clay on the net, denied. And it's going to be just Zenith picking up the ball for the last moment. With the challenge from Glade, that ball looks like it's going to drop down off the wall. Back over to Zenith. Safely, game 2 in the books for Simplify Blue. Going to end the series 1-1 so far. And it's all because of a Rule 1, by the way. If you respect the Rule 1, the respect will come back to you. The Rocket League gods will smile upon you, give you a little wink, and say, yeah, we got you. Let's look at that scoreline, folks. I mean, my God, Clay with 3 goals. Hats off to him for the hat trick. What an opportunity to lock in. After that first game, it was so close, so tight, and yet they were able to find some momentum here at the start. Just a minute past to pick up that first goal, and then it just kept rolling through. I mean, 9 shots to 7. Leopard couldn't find a moment to shoot either. He felt like he was getting choked out, like he's in the middle of a wrestling ring, and he's up against Samoa Joe. If you know that reference, thank you. But now we're into 1-1. Now it's back to a best of 3, so it's got to be nice and clean for everyone involved. In the meantime, folks, I do want to give another shout out to Rivalry, as this is their first season up together, and they are running it very well. So far, I haven't seen many issues, especially on the website, which is probably one of the biggest hiccups that you have to worry about at the end of the day. Especially with like websites like Ball Chasing, for example, that tend to crash a lot of time. But now we're into game 3, and I'm going to take a sip of tea real quick and hope that none of the action kicks off too quickly, as Zenith is immediately looking for a center. Tommy to Glade, gets denied. Leopard to Shy. Shy gets blocked by Tommy. Shy is getting back in position here. It's going to be Leopard once more on target. No, denied by Tommy. Back into the corner. It is just Iced Tea, General Sweet Iced Tea. Zenith with the shot down the center. Clay's in the way, though. The stream also sponsored by HEB brand tea. It's tea. It's cheap, and it's good. Zenith takes a shot off the side of the wall. Tommy gets bumped out. Leopard is going to look for a way to fight over Glade, but Glade is the fake. Tommy's able to follow through. Now chasing after it in the corner. He's going to look for a pass back to Glade. No, gives up the ball. Shy has it. Ball in the corner, back to Tommy. 50 with the help of Shy. It's going to be Zenith dropping the ball down. Sends off to the left end. Shy misses out. Tommy with a pop-up. He's trying to look for a feed. Just doesn't take off well enough in that aerial control. Gets a little bit confused on what direction he wants to go in and has to give up possession. Shy looking for a double tap, but Clay's going to meet them at the end. Takes that one away. Now it's just Clay in a 1v1. 50 on the net. Over to Tommy. Tommy flip reset. Looks for the goal. Strikes true. First goal to Tommy. Great carry here. Rises up. Finds the flip reset with the Fennec and puts it just ahead of Leopard in order to ensure they get that first goal just under 90 seconds once again. Incredible shot from the squad. As Shy is EP. Drops the ball down in the corner. It's going to be off the side of the wall. It's going to be Clay pushing the momentum forward. Shy wants to follow up. Can't find it. Tommy also just a little bit too short on the front end. Ball towards the net. Zenith tries to follow up. It's going to be Clay comes screaming in for a goal off the bounce of the wall. Leopard ends up with an unfortunate touch to a back pass. Zenith can't confirm possession, but Clay absolutely can kick that ball into the net. So perplexed by the Krabby Patty. I'm mystified by it. I need to have it. Glade carries the ball up, but ball dropped down center. Zenith tries to race there in time. Leopard double commits too. This could be a fatal error. Oh, fortunate break for Dephase. Only down to a 2-goal difference still. It's going to be Shy is EP with a nice soft flick. Enough to disrupt the defensive rotation, enough to take it away. Puts a little bit more power that Tommy isn't ready for. It goes right over the last defender, and that's going to be how they bring it to a 1-goal difference. Shy is EP, who you need in the moment. Hunting for that Employee of the Month award. Or Employee of the Week, really, when you think about it, with how these matches work. But Shy has absolutely been one of those players where if you need to find a goal, if you need momentum, they will wake up and find it for you. Ball bouncing around. Zenith not able to get the goal, but it's going to be an open net for Shy. And who better than Shy? Who is anything but, who is audacious in the way they have taken command of this game. Off the pass from Zenith as well, who has helped pull that defense away in order to find that opening. Game tied at the halfway point. Clay takes a demo on Shy. It's going to be Leopard chasing after the ball, but it's Tommy under possession. Can't keep it under control for long. Gets bumped out by Zenith. Zenith with a bit of a awkward challenge on that sidewall. Shy with the bump on Glade, but Clay is there. They can't chase after the ball, though. Too many bumps. Shy on towards the net. Clay's got to get it. Oh, no! Shy has gotten a hat off, and Clay sadly tripped over their shoelaces, found a flat tire, and could not get into the pit stop fast enough to recover. Ball bounces over their head as they try to wave dash to the back post and can't get there in time. 3 goals from Shy brings the lead in favor of Dephase. Shy towards the net. Gets a demo on Clay, but Clay gets the final touch. It's that in front of the net. We can't tell, camera. Give us the camera angle. There we go. Man, don't know what I'm paying these camera people for. They were sleeping on the job there. Desperation in the eyes of Simplified Blue as they're fighting for their life. It's going to be Leopard rising up. He's trying to find a goal. Fakes it out, but Clay catches wise, picks up the possession. Tommy Looking for some forward momentum. Tries to dunk down. It's going to be Clay. Far corner. Lepid with the save. But Clay's going to follow up. Sends her across the net. Glade onto the backboard. Does anyone around? Can Tommy get there in time? No. Tommy rises up. He's not looking for a bang. He's looking for control. Sends it off to the side. Oh, Glade opted not to go forward on the play. 70 seconds left to go. Lepid looking for their first goal in a while. Unable to find it. Zenith gets cut down. Shy towards the net. Double commit at the midline. Not going to go in, though. A bit too slow. It's going to be Zenith rising up. Sends it off to Clay. They just need one goal to tie it. 45 seconds left to go. Glade gets dunked on by Lepid. Captain starting to take command after letting Shy take the spotlight. Gets a dunk on Simplify Blue and gets that 2-goal lead right back. 44 seconds left to go, and the first time in a long time. Commanding lead from Dephase with only 40 seconds left to go. Simplify Blue has to have some more alacrity, some more pressure added to their offense. Ball dropped down. It's going to be a pass to Clay. 33 seconds left to go. 1-goal difference. Clay, beautiful backboard pass, redirects, pulls out Lepid, and Clay in the smart position goes to the opposite side, dimes it back into the net. They might have this chance to tie. We might be looking at our first OT if they can keep this momentum going forward, but will HW Dephase allow them? Shy on the attack, gets the bounce. Lepid is in the house to Simplify and will not let them lock the door. Shy breaks through on a soft bounce. What a play from Lepid to set up Shy. That's why you become a captain. You don't do it to take the spotlight for yourself. You do it to ensure your team shines. And that is a great example from Lepid. Ball up high. Tommy with the carry. Is he going to find some momentum here? Is he going to pick up some velocity? Ball centered. Is anyone around? Over to Clay. Denied. Glade, get there. Glade, power through. Does not have the strength. Needs to spend some more time in the weight room. Tommy back in the corner. Game 3 goes to HW Dephase. This is the first time, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, but we see a team that scored first not able to close out. Now it's a 50-50 chance if you do so. Or actually, it's a 67% chance technically. But regardless, we're moving on to Utopia Coliseum into Game 4. And with that in mind, I'm going to once again give a huge shout out to the competition going on over at Raw Paw, the local print shop in Austin, Texas, currently with a t-shirt contest where you can support your various artists, such as my partner, Hilarity Art. Go check out the Be Not Afraid, biblically accurate, kawaii angel t-shirt, either in box cut form or classic t-shirt. You can pick that up from Raw Paw. When they get enough orders, they ensure they print those shirts out. Money goes directly to the artists as well in order to support them and support operations of Raw Paw. Raw Paw puts on these competitions practically every couple of months in order to promote local artists, give people a chance to showcase their talents and work. Please go support Raw Paw. Please go support those artists. Please buy a shirt for my wife. I really hope y'all heard that for my wife. She is currently downstairs working hard on more art because she also takes commissions, ladies and gentlemen, and she has some incredible work on there. She's actually I actually can't say what she's working on right now. I think that's NDA at the moment. But she's got some cool stuff. She also made some lovely emotes for me. Game 4 right now. This game is going to be intense. Nice touch from Lepid. Beautiful pop-up. Shy has been the star scorer of the team. My personal MVP so far. As they come through and find a forward-field pass to Lepid. Lepid looking for another touch. Oh, he overextends. That's not going to be enough. Instead, that ball's going to rattle back. It's going to go Zenith over to Shy. Shy has a squeeze, but doesn't land. A little bit of a sloppy landing, looking like a Tony Hawk Pro Skater Underground player for the second. Just lands awkward. Can't get that forward momentum. Glade. Gonna put that ball up high. Oh, danger territory, but it's off target from Shy. Lepid, down center. Ball screams away. Zenith up high. Shy with the follow-up. Misses out. Must be running off that adrenaline from game 3. Hope you like that Foley work of me drinking water, too. Don't forget to stay hydrated, folks. Especially if you're like me, you take creatine. You need to make sure you drink water. Lepid with the pass towards center. It gets denied. And it is a Hail Mary. That ball's going all the way downtown. And my camera is going to get knocked out of focus. Not anything you folks have to worry about, but that beautiful goal from Clay. It's going to be how they establish themselves here. Now, 90 seconds gone by. Zenith looking for a tying goal. Can't get there in time, but I like the effort overall from the young Zenith. From the peak of ferocity here, ladies and gentlemen. Ball in front of the net. Tommy's going to be able to clear this one out. A close shot indeed for Dephase, but it's not going to be enough. Ball rattling around the rim. It's going to Shy, who gets the save. Off the backboard, Glade tries to go for a dunk, wants to come down with a guillotine, but sadly, Zenith is not a rich man. We do not need to bring the guillotine out for him yet. It's going to be Clay. Taking the ball out of the corner. Sends it over towards the net. Lepid finds the lucky bounce. Even with the defender in the way, it's not enough. Ties the game 1-1. We have a match. Dephase currently on match point, but Lepid finds the beautiful feed from his teammate. In with Glade there, just awkward positioning. Going to force them to give up the tying goal. Shy. He's trying to look for an air dribble. Finds it. And the beautiful forward field pass to Lepid. The Dephase are looking to close this one out for shortly after scoring the previous goal. 13 seconds later, it's Lepid taking the feed from Shy in order to get this one. Now the lead once again under control from Dephase, even with the starting goal. Simplified Blue can't find any momentum, but Shy has everything. They have been orchestrating the offense, either being the main star or the follow-up. Just setting the tempo for the entire squad. That is another goal for Shy. Shy's EP completely locked in this moment, as they pick up yet another assist, 1 goal this time as well. I believe that's 2 goals for Lepid too at this point. The first goal in this game to Shy. Halfway through so far. Ball dropped down. Tommy's going to try to get past Shy, but can't do so. Shy, it's very much awake. I think they've had a little bit of a kickstart to get their day going. Zenith tries to find a goal. Shy drops it. Glade, low on boost, has to pick up a penny. Is it enough for the register? It's going to be just barely there, but he will get declined. Just a nickel short of $1 at that point in time. Clay with the redirect tries to put it past Zenith, but can't connect. Tommy's shot is denied. Zenith brings that ball towards center. Another chip shot up high. Shy sends it to the corner. Clay. Hail Mary. He punts it downfield like he's the Cleveland Browns, but it's not going to be enough. Tommy rises up, counter touch, puts it back to the near post. Won't be able to follow through. Gets away from one. Clay gives up the low 50. I said Clay, not Clay, my bad. Tommy, they're trying to find momentum, but 75 seconds left to go. 2-goal difference. It's getting a little dark out here. It might be good night for Simplified Blue. Zenith misses the open net, and you know what? That's the hardest shot in the game. I cannot blame him for that one. Tommy carries the ball, tries to counter, gets taken away by a 50. Zenith with the demo on Glade, but Clay towards the center. Can Tommy get there in time? No, it's just going to be Clay. Clay on the solo run. It's going to bring it down to 1 goal. Tommy is there for the help, but Clay says, I'm going to do it myself. Acting like the most important full-time employee in a restaurant. They will take care of the inventory count. They will make sure the back stock is ready to go. They will be running the entire kitchen. And yet, Will it be enough to get through this dinner rush provided by HW Dephase? Shy gets denied. Glade clocking in. Looking for an upfield. Tries to find Clay, but Clay's going to zoom right past. Zenith with a great upfield read. Able to deny. Well, I kind of got that feeling. Always nice to see a partner or support their people supporting their partner, especially in a game. Lepid looking for a backboard touch. Tommy looking for some space, looking for some time. He's got 5 seconds. Over to Glade. Glade, pop-up. Lepid denies. Clay doesn't have boost. He doesn't have anything in the tank. That's game, set, and match. HW Dephase take the series 3-1, and they go positive in the season so far. 2-1 overall, but a tight matchup every single time, except for game 2. But let's not count that one. Incredible series overall from these folks. Let's check out those stats real quick as I roll through. But overall, Lepid took a lot of the goals here, but a lot of this effort was orchestrated by Shy. Shy finding a goal here, finding a goal there. It's been absolutely incredible to see them play in this way. I believe I have the right clip up. Shy, thank you for playing. I actually think you are going to be on my clip of the game here. I think a lot of these plays that you've set up. Nope, this is actually the one before it. Or one after it. Hold on 1 second, folks. There we are. No, it's not. I apologize, folks. Sometimes I do not remember how I set these up. There it is. That is one of the most beautiful plays I've ever gotten to see. Thank you guys so much for coming out to this cast this evening. Huge shout out to Dephase. Great fight from Simplify Blue. I fully believe they're going to come back a little bit stronger. Just some minor things to work on. But honestly, they'll catch it in replay review if I'm being honest with you. But overall, what an incredible series, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so very much for joining us on this broadcast. My name is Ice Cold Brew. I have been your commentator and broadcaster. If you ever need a commentator to cover your matches, please feel free to reach out to me either through Discord. We're probably sharing the same channels, if that's the case, or reach out to me. Actually, just through Discord is going to be the best way. Honestly, that's going to be the easiest way for me. With that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for joining me on this broadcast. I am going to probably raid us out to somewhere else and take a break for a little bit. Maybe later I'm going to come back in and play some video games myself. In the meantime, though, let's see who we can find on a broadcast. I'm so tempted to bring you on to rematch, but we're not going to do that right now. We are going to head on over to Spartan Dragon, who's currently covering CPL playoffs right now between Spartan Chalked and Tempest Kingdom. With that in mind, folks, thank you all so very much for joining me on this broadcast. Valiant, thank you. I appreciate that. Feel free to check us out. We have a regular streaming time between myself, both my partners, at Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. EST, 7:30 Central most times. You can check out Chris playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, Holly working on art projects, me playing Power World, or whatever I feel like playing in that moment. In the meantime, folks, thank you all so very much for joining us on the broadcast. Let's head out to Spartan Dragon, give him some love, drop him a follow. He's an incredibly talented caster who works really hard on his broadcast as well. And, of course, this will be an incredible matchup as it is the Cross Progression League playoffs at this point in time. I believe this is for, Challenger League, C2, C3. Thank you all very much. I'll see you all next time.